Hey, it's me, Brian Maples. I was running some sprints, so sorry if I sound a little rough out here. But anyway, had a revelation, a revealing come upon me. Now, it's just an understanding of something everyone else probably already knows. But no, it's okay. So, why don't elderly people like technology? It's like the new iPhone cords, or people in general, especially the elderly. They don't like to learn something new, even if the technology's better than the previous stuff. You can fit way more on a CD than you can VHS. You can fit way more on a hard drive than you can a CD. You can transmit stuff to the cloud now, and basically you've got infinite storage space on any device you want to use. And so, why don't they like that? It's because it's a different way of using stuff. It's a different way. Sorry, I'm making sure these dogs aren't going to try and eat me. I'm ready for them, don't get me wrong. But anyway, even though it's better, people don't like it. It's the same thing with having things in the spiritual realm. Is many times we get caught asking the question, why does this have to be so difficult? Why is it by faith? Why can't I just have it here in physical form? Why do I have to, do these things to obtain it in my body? It's not that God's playing games with you. It's that the spiritual truths and the spiritual things, like the fact that you're healed, the fact that you're rich, prosperous, you have all you need. These are spiritual truths, and we kind of struggle with how do we get them to be physical, because we need them here. God didn't provide healing for us for heaven. We don't need to be healed in heaven. We are well, and there's no sickness in heaven. There's also no poverty in heaven. You don't need, money and prosperity blessings in heaven. You don't need blessings of protection in heaven. How about this? You don't really need hope in heaven as we understand it. And so why? So those things are obviously for us here on earth. But why are they spiritual blessings in heavenly places, as Ephesians 1:3 says, instead of God just giving them to us in physical form? Because spiritual blessings, our blessings being spiritual, is a much better technology. Once we learn how to work it and use it, it's so much better. If they were physical, we could lose them. Jesus, remember, he gave the parable about the don't store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust corrupt them. Store them up instead in heaven where they don't get ruined. Well, the religious, especially the American religious church that got all into wanting to be poor for some dumb reason and whatnot, kind of twisted that for us. But nonetheless, Jesus is saying, store stuff up in heaven. It's better. I think we can all agree on that. And so, you got those two places there, Ephesians 1:3 and then that, where basically it's saying spiritual blessings are better. If your blessings were physical, then Satan could take them from you sometimes. Or you could send them away, or give them away, and lose them like Adam did. And like Esau did. He contracted away his blessing to Jacob for a bowl of soup. And then also, they wouldn't be with us all the time and forever new and forever available. At that moment, they would grow old. So instead, God used a better technology, and he preserved these blessings for us in the spiritual realm. And we receive them by our knowledge of that and persuasion of that. That's called faith, is a state of persuasion. And then acting on that state of persuasion is how you receive those. So anyway, point being, Why is it so difficult? You know, it's only difficult because we haven't yet really learned and understood how to access what we have. And you can. God's told us how. But he made them spiritual blessings, not physical. You're never going to be able to be healed by waiting for it to happen and then acting on it. It's not ever going to happen. It doesn't work like that. It's always going to be putting faith on spiritual truth and then acting on that. And then it's going to manifest. But the great thing is, even though it manifests, you can walk in that, and it's new at every moment. Every moment it's new, and it's right, and it's good. So it's a better technology. And it's limitless. God can fit all your blessing, all your privileges, and your future houses, and your businesses, and your kids' blessings, and all this other stuff in you, because spiritual blessings don't require space. You don't have to own property where God's got to stack houses up on it for you, for the houses you'll need for the rest of your life, and you got to tote those around. Abraham manifested the blessing, and he had to carry around a bunch of stuff, and you can too if you accumulate it, but I'm talking in the spiritual realm, it's all there, all the time. If you're, if God forbid, if, you slip up and, your house burns down, God forbid, because your blessing of a house and provision and shelter and care and good things and the desire of your heart is spiritual, your house didn't really burn down. The physical manifestation of your house burnt down. Now check this out. This is coming to me now. Is God's world that he created, the earth and the world that he created, it didn't fail. It didn't fall. This version of it did. But he was able to redeem us instead of leaving us in that fallen world and system, and we get to go with him to the perfect one that he's going to do, that he's going to create. Because God's vision doesn't fail. God didn't fail. When the world fell, when mankind fell, when Satan fell, God didn't fail. He didn't fall. So because these things are spiritual, they're untouchable. They're immovable. You don't ever have to lose them. You don't ever have to lose healing or health or vitality or youthfulness, because it's saved for you. Just like your spirit was saved when you were born again. You were made a new creation. Brand new. You're never again not new. Even if you go look at porn and get high on methamphetamines and sleep with 15 prostitutes, and just do all this wicked stuff, your spirit doesn't change because you were born again spiritually. It's a better technology. You can never lose your blessings. You can never lose your call. So if you've been through hard times, I've lost some business stuff and a lot of money, and just had some bad financial stuff going on before, because I made some dumb mistakes. But I didn't lose the fact that by Jesus' poverty I was made rich, 2 Corinthians 8:9. I didn't lose the spiritual blessing that I have all sufficiency in all things to abound to every good work. Anything good I want to do, I've got the resources for it. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 8. These are spiritual blessings. It's a better technology. You don't lose them. So enjoy. I'm going to.